Love one another, 10 powerful Bible verses. The first time I came across this verse, I wondered, why should our love be geared towards one another? Are we not supposed to love God alone? Surprisingly, this phrase is repeated about 11 times in the scriptures. That, of course, shows it is an essential commandment of God. So, how do we love one another? A few weeks ago, I operated on a woman who had a uterine tear. Before the surgery, I asked the husband to donate a pint of blood, and he did. Just after the surgery, there was an urgent need for another blood transfusion. I work in a rural setting where blood and its products are not readily available. I knew that this woman might bleed to death if I did nothing. So, I had to make myself available as a donor. I had never met this young lady before, but I already understood the pain of losing a close friend. So, what's my point? There is a yardstick to measure our love for one another, ourselves. Will I feel hurt if I was treated the same way? Do I want others to be kind towards me? I have put together inspiring Bible verses about loving one another. John 13:34. A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. 2. 1 Peter 4:8. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. 1 John 4:7-8. Dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. 1 John 4:9-10. This is how God showed His love among us, He sent His one and only Son into the world that we might live through Him. This is love, not that we loved God, but that He loved us and sent His Son as an atoning sacrifice for our sins. Romans 13:8. Owe no man anything, but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. Galatians 5:14. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Ephesians 2:4-5. But because of His great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ even when we were dead in transgressions. It is by grace you have been saved. Colossians 3:14. And above all these put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. Ephesians 5:2. And walk in love, as Christ also hath loved us, and hath given Himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet-smelling savor. Romans 12:10. Love one another with brotherly affection. Outdo one another in showing honor. Galatians 5:13. You, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free. But do not use your freedom to indulge the flesh, rather, serve one another humbly in love. 1 John 3:11. For this is the message you heard from the beginning, we should love one another. 1 John 4:12. No one has seen God at any time. If we love one another, God abides in us, and His love has been perfected in us. By this, we know that we abide in Him, and He in us, because He has given us of His Spirit. Ephesians 4:2-3. Be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. Galatians 6:2. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ.